The Prentice Alsop Heating and Air Coaches Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSSports.com.
The Coaches Show is brought to you by Dr. Automotive, the cure for your car. Professional auto repair and maintenance from ASE certified mechanics and master mechanics. Check them out online at autorepairsmyrna.com. I'm Danny Brewer. Welcome back. You know, I'm excited. I'm feeling better than some fresh fried chicken right now because I've got Stewarts Creek head baseball coach Brian Howard in the house. Coach Howard, how are you?
Doing well. Thanks for having me today.
Oh, yeah, no, happy to see you here. So I want to talk a little bit about the Creek tradition, all right? You've been a part of that. This is your second year as the head baseball coach?
Third
year as head baseball coach, all right? Time flies when you're having fun,
That's
right?
right.
But I know before you were part of Coach Bartlett's staff and all that. So talk a little bit about the Creek tradition, because since that school has opened, there has been a massive amount of success there. Talk a little bit about the tradition and what that means for you as you continue moving forward.
Yeah, we're really proud of what we've got done. I came over in 2015 in the fall with Coach Bartlett. We've been working on it for a while, and just really wanted to instill just a meat and potatoes program where we didn't cut corners, and we knew we were building a program. And fortunately, with some lumps the first couple of years, we were able to get some kids a lot of valuable experience. And once that culture kind of embedded itself and the kids got a little older, got a little stronger, we started winning. And you know how that winning culture can spread, and it's lasted for quite some time now. So we're really proud of the Creek and what Coach Bartlett started off, and we're trying to keep that thing rolling.
Culture embedding itself. I don't know if that's a term that Bartlett's smart enough to use, but I know you are. So, but let's talk about something that you used this phrase last year when I interviewed you on this show, and this may be a Coach Bartlett term: hose pipe drinkers. You got some hose pipe drinkers. You said last year you had some. You got some hose pipe drinkers on the roster this year?
Yeah, we got some. The kids like to call them dogs. We just want kids that are just going to get after it every day. We call them hard hat lunch pail kids, and kids that don't need their Powerade handed to them through the fence gate. But we do have some of those kids. Probably the best example is Coleman Neese. Coleman Neese is an all-state player as a junior, one of the best players in the state of Tennessee. And he leads not with his words, just with the way he gets after it. And everybody wants to jump along and follow Coleman. So we're really blessed to have a kid with Coleman's talent and his work ethic, for sure.
What position does Coleman play?
Coleman is in center field.
Center field. You know, having good center fielders is, I think, oftentimes overlooked in the high school level. Everybody thinks your best player needs to be at shortstop or second or whatever, and you need those. But center field is also very important.
It is. He can really track it out there. He's one of the best outfielders we've ever had at being able to throw the baseball as well. Had 6 outfield assists last year, and a prototypical leadoff guy. He'll find a way to get on base. He'll swing for power, and when he gets on, he can be a monster on the base paths as well.
Well, let's talk a little bit about one of the staples of any successful program, and that's pitching. Tell me a little bit about your pitching, what you got on the hump this year.
Yeah, we're fortunate to have a senior-heavy team. The pitching staff will be led by Chase Fernandez, no doubt. Trevecca signee, hard thrower, really has a lot of pitchability. 3 to 4 pitch guy some days, and has the ability just to take over a game. Senior Ben Bryant, left-hander. He's going to Southwest. He's going to look to tie up that 2 spot for us. He's been really impressive as of late. Easton Young, Jacob Jones, Jeff Moran have all had big innings for us in the past, some big starts, and they're going to fill those other starter roles. And then we got several junior arms that'll give us some starter depth and also some help out of the bullpen with Preston Stewart, Tyler Sallee, Devin Connor, Caleb Lawson, and Micah Rabin, and then a few other arms as we need them throughout the bullpen.
So it sounds like you've got a few pitchers, and like I just talked with Coach Messer, you can't have too much pitching.
You can't have too much, and you got to really figure out. It's what we're working on right now. We're trying to figure out how that depth all comes together and how do they work with one another and who's best in certain situations. We've got the arms to do it, and we just got to figure out how to put them together.
Coach, let's talk a little bit about Fernandez for just a minute. I think he's got a pretty good gene pool. Mama and Daddy was pretty good, I believe, both. His mama was a good softball player, Daddy good baseball player.
Absolutely. Jennifer and Lex, great people, always been big supporters of the program. And big brother Alex played for us as well, another good player. He's at Trevecca in his senior year, I believe. So a really good family. And Chase, I wouldn't say it to his face, but he's probably the best out of all of them.
There you go, that a boy. Now let's talk a little bit about your approach to the pitching. Some coaches like to do it by committee where, you don't necessarily look for a guy to go 7 innings. You throw a few innings here, a few innings there with different arms to change the look. Is that something that you think you may do, or you got some guys you think that can go the whole way?
Well, we've got a couple of guys that we want to eventually develop into complete game guys if they can. There's nothing like going into a postseason tournament and having a guy just be able to go in and eat a game for you and get a win. That really sets you up for success later in the tournament. Right now, we're still in the 75 to 80 pitch range for everybody, but there's no doubt that we're looking for Chase and Ben Bryant and Easton Young and Jeff Moran and some of those guys to be able to go take a game every once in a while, maybe once we get into late April.
Let's talk a little bit about defense, Coach, because obviously pitching and defense go hand in hand. Tell me a little bit about what you got on defense.
Like everybody else, you got to be strong up the middle, and we got 2 senior catchers that'll share time, Hunter Blanton and Easton Young, both very good throwers, very good defenders, very good with our pitching staff. Shortstop, one of the best fielding middle infielders in the mid-state, I believe, A.J. Jackson. Aiden is so smooth. He's so fun to watch. Plays the game aggressive and really loves high school baseball. Second base, Devin Connor, a junior, who's stepping into that role, and he's been really impressive here early in the year. And then obviously Coleman Neese in center field. The rest of our outfield is senior laden as well. Left field, team captain Tyler Husky. We look up for a huge year out of him. He's in that 3-hole for us in the lineup. He can catch everything and throws the ball well. Right field will be a shared spot because a lot of guys pitch that play out there. But Jeff Moran and senior Ben Bryant, senior Carson Morris will all kind of fill that role along with some depth guys behind them. Junior Cooper Ball, Aiden Brown, Taylor Jolly, and some other guys.
Coach, you've mentioned lots of seniors. All these kids grew up in the program?
Yeah, they've all been around each other even longer. This group of seniors, we got 11 kids, and they are about as close as we've ever had, and they are great young men, phenomenal to be around. A group of kids that if I were a few decades younger, I might even want to hang out with. But with a son on the team, my son is a sophomore, and I'm blessed that he gets to be around those 11 guys every day because they're built to the right stuff.
Well, because you talked about embedded culture and all that stuff. Proud moments for you to see this because you've been a part of this and growing these kids up. Proud moments to see how these kids have developed and who they're becoming.
Yeah, it's fascinating to go back and look. I remember when these guys tried out as freshmen, man, they were small and they were wormy. We knew they were fun to be around. But to see how hard they've dedicated themselves in the weight room in their own time, and they've had to work while they waited. Some of these guys hadn't been in the lineup a lot until this year, and we're looking to see them reap those benefits. I think about a guy like Hutchin Smits at first base. He's a guy that had to kind of wait his turn, and he's been really impressive for us here in the first few games, kind of sewing up that first base job for us.
Coach, talk a little bit about offense because you got to score runs. Small ball, that's something that I think is upper levels is lost, but still at high school, small ball important, you think?
Absolutely. We call it handle the bat. We got to have guys that obviously we want to hit the baseball hard up the middle on a line drive, but there are times all throughout all games, especially when in high school baseball, if you know how to handle the bat, you know how to hit a backside ground ball, you know how to lay the bunt down in the proper place, it's going to make you successful. The bottom line is you put the ball in play in high school baseball, good things happen. And all we've got to find a way to do is eliminate strikeouts, put the ball in play, and handle the bat in tough spots, and we'll be good.
So tell me a little bit about who you got as far as, especially the middle of your lineup. Talk a little bit about what you're going to put on the field as far as offense is concerned.
Feel really good about our top 4. Coleman Neese will lead off. A.J. Jackson's been hitting behind him for many years, and he's a handle the bat guy. He can do absolutely anything we want him to do, whether it's drive a double, hit behind a runner, lay down a bunt, hit and run. He's that guy. And then Tyler Husky, who has worked his tail off. He's got the highest bat speed on our team, and if he catches a barrel, it can go a long way. Chase Fernandez is a high contact guy who just gets hits. He had 4 hits the other night against Siegel, and when he runs into one, it'll travel as well. 5, 6, 7 is probably going to be our corner guys, somewhere between Jeff Moran, Easton Young, our catchers, Hudson Schmitz. Those guys will hit in there, and we're looking for Sean Rhodes, who's a junior, who's going to play a lot of third base, and Devin Connor, another junior. They're both going to play a lot. They both got a jersey as sophomores, and they can swing it. And we're going to look for them to be able to roll that lineup over and get it back to Coleman as fast as they can.
Coach, you mentioned Siegel. I know that's who you opened up with. Talk a little bit about the week that was, because I know we've got 1 week under our belts. What happened, and do you like where you're at?
I love that we play that series to start. Siegel is a great program. Craig Revis and E and all those guys over there do a great job. We know they're going to be good, and it gives us that postseason atmosphere with a 3-game series. That doesn't make it easy. We had a pitcher's duel in game 1, lost that one 2-0. Game 2, we gave away a lead late. We had a 7-run lead in the 7th inning, and they dropped an 8 spot on us. And then in game 3, after starting 0-2, we bounced back, swung the bat extremely well. Jeff Moran pitched the baseball incredible that night, and we were able to take game 3. And then last night, again, lost a tough one to Blackman, another great squad. We are going to schedule as hard as we can. We're going to be in these tournaments that we can enter, and we're going to tell the coaches, hey, we want to play good people, and any games that we get to schedule outside the district are going to be good competition. And we've been battle testing, and the fun part about being a coach and a baseball season is it's not about March, it's about May. And it takes a little time to figure out how it works, and that's kind of where we're at right now. But excited about getting back on the field today at 3 o'clock with Dixon County.
Dixon County, so another heavyweight, because like you said, that's what makes you better.
Absolutely. You gotta go in there and get some scars, then you got to remember your scars and learn from them. And that's what we're trying to preach to our guys. Sometimes that's hard to sell to a young kid. We're fortunate to have a senior-laden team this year that can handle a little bit of adversity early, which is what we're in right now. But looking forward to see those guys bounce back this afternoon.
Coach, I appreciate your time. I think not only are you a good baseball mind, but you're also a man of many sayings, and I love that because all the phrases and all that stuff, that's right up my alley. Coach Brian Howard with Stewarts Creek High School, we certainly appreciate your time. Wish you the best luck, and I can guarantee you, if you love baseball, you get over and watch Stewarts Creek, and you're going to be happy.
I appreciate you having me. Thanks so much.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot. The Coach's Show is brought to you by Rick Hall with Rayburn Insurance Agency in Smyrna. Give Rick a call for auto, home, business, and life insurance needs. Find out more online at rayburn.net.
Murfreesboro firefighters are going door to door to ensure that everyone is counted in the